What's up guys, Justin here, coming at you with a thrift store pickup video. Now it's been quite some time since I've done a pickup video with all thrift store stuff, but some of this stuff goes way back now. I almost don't even want to say how long ago I picked up some of this stuff, probably almost a month ago now, but I had it all set aside to go in a video, and what really sparked this video off was the luck that I've been having at the Goodwill in the past like 3 or 4 days. It's just been absolutely insane. I swear they must have just kept all of their like media and games and stuff bundled up for like a month and then just decided to put them all out in like a 3-day span, because I've been going every day and just cashing in every single day. So I'm actually going to start out this video though with some of the stuff that I picked up a while back now. I'll start it with all the stuff I picked up at the St. Vincent de Paul thrift store. This first one here is actually kind of unique. Again, this goes a while back now, but sitting in the electronics section was a Sears Video Arcade 2, which I thought was pretty cool. It's got the RF cord attached to the system here, like most Ataris do. But it came with both the adapters for it. This one actually still says Atari on it. I'm assuming it's the adapter that goes with that system, I don't know. And then it had this old school RF adapter here. And the controllers are actually kind of cool. They're just a tangled mess over here, but here they are here. And they're kind of like a hybrid controller. Like a hybrid of like the Atari 7800 controller and like the original 2600 paddle controllers, because I mean they have the shape and everything of the 7800 controllers, but this stick here, the joystick, is actually, you can rotate it. So I'm assuming that kind of acts as like the paddle feature, and it's actually a joystick too. You know, you move it up and down, left and right, and it's got your buttons on the side there. So I thought this was pretty cool. I have not tested it yet to see if it worked, but it was marked for $4.95, and for whatever reason on that particular day that I found this, all electronics were half off. So for $2.50, I got the complete system. Again, untested or whatever, but I don't know. Ryan's way more into this older stuff than I am, so I'll have to test this out, see if it works. Crossing my fingers on that. So let me move all these old school wires out of the way here. And then this was also a while back. Now it was on a different day than the Sears system, but they had a Ps2 Fat System. It was marked for $14.95 there, but it did come with both of the adapters and then 2 first-party controllers here. I believe I tested the system. I think the system does work. It did not have a disc in it, unfortunately. I don't think I tested the controllers to their full extent, though. I hate testing PS2 controllers because, you know, there's so many buttons on them, and a lot of the times, at least for me, when I find PS2 controllers, all the buttons but one of them will work for whatever reason. So I gotta find a game, you know, that utilizes every button. I think I usually use like GTA San Andreas or something. You know, you can use all the buttons in that game, I think, anyway, so I'll have to crack that out to test the controllers. But $14.95 for that complete system. This next St. Vincent de Paul pickup kind of has a funny story to go along with it. Again, I picked this up a while ago, back when we still had a ton of snow on the ground here. The weather's warmed up slightly, although at the time of filming this, they are forecasting like some light snow at the end of the week, which is crazy. But anyway, I found this on a morning that we had a huge snowstorm the night before. Right when I walked into the St. Vincent de Paul, one of the employees ran up to me and said, "Oh, sorry, you know, we're closing due to the weather." And I was like, okay. I was like, well, you know, is there any way I can just look for like, you know, a couple minutes? Like, are you closing right now? And he's like, yeah, we're closing in like 5 minutes, but you know, if you can get some power shopping done, go for it. You know, obviously him not expecting me to buy anything. But so quickly I ran over to where they put the games and stuff. There was nothing there. Ran back to the electronics section and actually found a Sega Genesis controller for $1.46. I think they had one of like the Pro Pad Genesis controllers there too, but I was kind of hesitant to pick that one up. This one feels like it should work though, so for, you know, under $2, I thought it was a good deal. And kind of a funny story, I had to just, you know, run in, grab this, and kind of run out, because actually they were shutting the lights off while I was still in the store. I was like the only one in there, but yeah, so for under $2, got the Genesis controller. And let's see, probably like a week or so after I found the Genesis controller, I walked in there, and in their like kids toy section, which was really odd because normally they put stuff like this in their glass case and like they know what it is or whatever, but a Game Boy Advance SP system for $1.46. And it did actually have a game in it. It's nothing special. It's Golden Nugget Casino, but not going to complain for a free game. I couldn't really tell if it was, you know, a 001 model or a 101 model because it's actually pretty beat up. It's missing the stickers on the back. As you can see, the front again is pretty scratched up there. But I opened it up, and I mean, the screen's got some fingerprints and some light scratches on it and stuff, but overall it looks good, and it actually, I think it still might even have a charge. Yeah, it still has a charge on it. It had a charge in the store, so I was able to test it out, and it appears to be fully working, so I'll have to like order a charger or something for that. I don't really want to spend a lot of money on one, seeing as the system's pretty beat up and I only paid $2 for it, but we'll see if I can grab one somewhere. And then kind of another story here. A while back, like back when I was, you know, still had classes and stuff, and I'd go to the St. Vinny's usually, you know, every morning that I had classes, I would always get there like right at the same time as this other guy. And I could tell that, you know, he would, you know, he was kind of the guy that would buy video games. I'd seen him, you know, looking through video games before and picking some up and stuff. So I knew he was looking for video games. And I think that he found out that I was looking for games too, because literally we'd get there at the same time every single day, like almost to the minute. Like it was crazy. We'd see each other like stepping out of our cars. So I started like, you know, kind of hustling up in the morning, maybe waking up like 5 minutes earlier just so I could get there 5 minutes before this other guy. And one of the days that I was in there, and he walked in like, you know, 5 minutes after me, right as I spotted these two games in their glass case. Couple Game Boy games here, nothing special, but it was just kind of funny that I literally sniped these like right in front of this guy. So for $1.45 we got Turn and Burn for the original Game Boy. I don't believe I had this one yet. I don't think. I'll have to check my list, but if not, I will definitely be keeping that one. And then a Game Boy Color game here, which looks kind of cool. Magi Nation, I believe is how you would say that one. Again, $1.45 on that. You know, nothing too great, but you know, a couple Game Boy games anyway, and just it's just funny that like I said, I sniped these right in front of that other guy, who I'm assuming would have bought them. I don't know for sure, but anyway, I haven't seen him there in a while, so I don't know if he was maybe like a student who doesn't live here or something. But anyway, moving on to a PlayStation game, probably the only PS1 game anyway that I have to show for this video. Again, St. Vincent de Paul find. It was the only game, the new game that they had there at the time, Mortal Kombat Trilogy for the PS1. I really wish this was a black label copy. This is like the second or third greatest hits copy of this game that I've come across. I do not have a black label copy yet, but I believe it was like $1.46. It was in one of those plastic bags with the price on it, so I took it out of there and stuff to check the disc and whatnot. But disc is all right. It's got a few scratches on it, nothing too major. Manual's got some wrinkling on the back, but you know, for under $2, I can't really complain for Mortal Kombat Trilogy. And now we got a couple interesting pickups here. This one here it's not a video game, but I guess it's technically game related. It's a DVD. Disney's DuckTales the movie, Treasures of the Lost Lamp. And so I just saw this sitting there. I saw DuckTales. It was cheap, you know, like $1.50 or whatever. So I was like, you know what, I'll go ahead and pick it up. Just had the disc in there. I don't really think there's anything else that would have came with this. But I don't know. I'm not really into like watching these kind of movies or whatever. But it looks kind of cool in the back. And again, it said DuckTales on it. I figured I might as well check it out for a couple bucks anyway. And then I actually have another DVD here that I picked up on a different day, probably like a different week, to be honest. But it's Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li, and Unleashed and Unrated. Ooh. So yeah, I mean, it says it's got includes both the theatrical and the unrated versions of the film. This movie got a theatrical release apparently. But the main reason I wanted this, aside from the fact that it was, you know, like $1.50, there's the DVD there, but it actually had this cool Capcom Street Fighter DVD in the back, so it's kind of like a dual disc kind of thing. So again, for under $2, figured I might as well check it out anyway. Alright, moving on to a Game Boy Advance find. It's just one Game Boy Advance game, and you know, thinking back, I don't really know why I picked this up. It is really, really beat up. It is a complete in-box Game Boy Advance game, though. It's a Drill Dozer. And this is the same one that Ryan found, like, not too long ago at our local Walmart, of all places. This one is just trash, as you can see. His, honestly, isn't in that much better condition. And I think this might even be a Walmart sticker on it. I can't tell. But it was like $1.50, so I figured even just for the game, which I can take out without even taking the insert out because the box is just ripped to hell. But there's a game there. I think it's got some like rumble feature to it. That's why it's like a bigger cartridge. But yeah, there's a better overview of the box. Barcodes cut out and everything. Just trash. But again, for under $2, for technically a complete box Game Boy Advance game, I figured why not. So I grabbed that one. And then moving on to probably the best St. Vincent de Paul find I have for this video. And the way that our St. Vincent de Paul is set up is as soon as you walk in the front door, you can see all the way across the store, directly just a straight line across is where is the shelf where they have like their games and their DVDs and stuff. So I walked in there on this particular morning, and from across the entire store I saw what looked like a Sega Genesis case. And as I got closer to it and realized what it was, I couldn't believe it. For $1.47, I found a copy of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Hyperstone Heist for the Sega Genesis. Now, unfortunately, it was not complete. No manual on this one, and the cartridge is, I mean, it's in decent shape. It's got a few nicks on the top of the cartridge there, but not too bad. I can't tell for sure. The front of this case art here looks like it might be a little bit sun-faded. I don't know if that's just how the game looked originally, or if it is a little bit sun-faded. It is the actual original artwork, though. I did check that, so it's not printed off or anything. But yeah, I don't know. It looks a little bit sun-faded. I'll have to look up some other copies and see if they look similar. But regardless, I was very excited to get this because don't shoot me, I have never played this game before. Turtles in Time on the Super Nintendo was very fun, although I thought it was pretty short, actually. I don't know. I've heard this one isn't any longer. It might even be shorter, but I've always been interested to check out, Turtles on the Genesis, so I'll be checking this game out for sure. What I'll probably end up doing with this copy is just flipping it, and then I'll just use that money to get a complete one. I don't have this game yet, so I'd really like to get a complete copy of this game for the collection. So very cool on that $1.47. That made my morning for sure. Okay, I believe that was all the St. Vincent de Paul finds, so I'm going to move on now to some stuff from our Goodwill. Now, this first stuff I'm going to show here is stuff I picked up a while ago, and then I'll get on to the stuff that I picked up in the last few days. It's just some insane pickups here. So I'll start out with a Ps2 game, and I don't know. I don't really know why I picked this up. I found some other stuff on the same day, which I'll show in a second, so I figured I'd pick it all up. But Resident Evil Outbreak, just littered in GameStop stickers here, but and it does not have the manual. But the disc is in good shape, and it was $3.99. So I don't know, Resident Evil game, whether or not I should have bought it, I still don't know. But I've got it. So for $4, picked up that. And then on that same day, in their glass case, they had some Game Boy Advance stuff, and they had a system in there, and I half expected the system to be like $20 because that was kind of the price trend at our Goodwill at the time for anything game related. But I was surprised when I asked one of the employees to get it out for me, and it was only marked for $10. And here's the Game Boy Advance SP system here. It is actually an AGS 101 model with the brighter backlit screen, which was very cool. Definitely worth picking up for $10, even though it's not in great shape. Bunch of scratches on the top, and not as beat up as the other one I got from the St. Vinny's. But yeah, for $10. I did already order a charger for this one, and it came in, so this one is, I guess, technically complete now. I tested it, it works and everything. So that was awesome for that. They also had some Game Boy Advance games in the case on that particular day, and I'm kind of regretting picking these up. They were both $1. They were all $1.99 a piece, but really, they're all $1.99 games. I don't know why I picked these up. But we got SpongeBob SquarePants, Battle for Bikini Bottom, Hot Wheels All Out. We got Madagascar, Tony Hawk's Underground, and this one I was honestly embarrassed buying, but I'd never seen it before. I happened to look it up on my phone while I was there. I saw that it was, it's not worth much, but it is a little bit uncommon. I know some people here on YouTube that are going for complete Game Boy Advance sets or whatever. I figured one of them might need it, but Little Einsteins. So I don't know what to expect from this. It's a Disney game, so maybe it's not so bad, but it's obviously a little kid's game, so I will probably not be trying that one out. Again, I realize it's probably a little bit uncommon though, so for $2, why not? So that was all the older stuff I picked up from our Goodwill. Now moving on to what I found in the last few days here. This is just some of these are just ridiculous finds, and this first lot of stuff here has an interesting story, because I went in there on my way up to work, and I was looking around, looked in their glass case. They didn't have anything. I went back to the electronics, nothing. Went back to like the DVDs and stuff, and I saw that they were putting out a bunch of DVDs while I was there. So I got really excited, because normally there's some games mixed in and whatnot. And there was like, you know, one Madden game and maybe like an NBA game or something. So very disappointed. I was getting ready to leave, and like I said, I was on my way to work, and I had to go to the bathroom. And yes, this is crucial to the story. Normally I try to stay away from Goodwill bathrooms, but anyway, so I went to the bathroom, and as I was on my way out of the store, I looked in the glass case and realized that while I was in the bathroom, they had put out some N64 and some DS stuff in their glass case. So seriously, like, had I just decided to leave, I would have been getting in my car as they put this stuff in the glass case, and I would have just completely missed it. As for the N64 stuff, nothing too great, but $1.99 on all these. Surprising. Not too long ago, I saw N64 games there for, you know, $4.99, $5.99, $6.99. So $2 a piece on these. Again, nothing special, but we got Bass Hunter 64. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Mr. Dude 206. We still have to square off in this one. I have not forgotten about that. Bassmasters 2000, the blue cartridge. Still looking for the gray cartridge myself. And this one here, which is kind of cool, Brunswick Circuit Pro Bowling. Not one you come across all the time. I do believe I already have this. I don't think this isn't the expensive bowling game on the N64. I think, what is that one? Super Bowling, maybe. I think I always get confused because it's Super Bowling and it's on the N64, but yeah, $1.99 for that one. And like I said, they had some DS stuff too. A couple cheaper games like Brain Age. I think they might have had like a Touchmaster game or something like that. And one 3DS game that was just cartridge only, so I passed on that. But they had a copy for $3.99 of Pokemon White version. Could not believe this was sitting in there. And it is like literally brand new. I mean, there's some marks and stuff on the outside of the case, but the inside was brand new. It says on the front it comes with an exclusive Lucario unlock code included, which I believe is back here under. Yeah, it's back here under the manual and stuff. It's got a code on the back of it, which I don't know if it's used yet. I'm assuming it's not, so I'm not going to show it. But there's that. All the manuals and the paperwork and stuff. So for $3.99, awesome deal on that. So that was all I found on the first trip to the Goodwill this week. Now, the second trip, I went there, and the first thing I did, of course, was look in the glass case, and I noticed they had put out one more N64 game. Just one, unless someone had, you know, gotten there before me and bought some of the other ones. But the other one they had put in there was Mission Impossible. Again, $1.99. I know it's a terrible game, but it was in really, really good shape, so even if I just have to use it for a back or something, yeah, Mission Impossible. And they had another DS game, just one more DS game, one more new one sitting out there. Definitely worth picking up though. Legend of Zelda, Phantom Hourglass. And this is like the second or third copy of this game that I found from our local Goodwill. And I obviously kept the first one that I found. I still have not come across Spirit Tracks though, for whatever reason. I have the guide for Spirit Tracks and everything, but I've never come across the game. I'm assuming both of those must have had similar print runs. I don't know why I haven't seen that one ever, but hopefully I'll come across that one soon. But yeah, $3.99 for Phantom Hourglass. And then moving on to yesterday, I went back in there again. First thing I did was look in the glass case, and they had some Super Nintendo stuff and some Sega stuff in there. Not just Genesis either. The first game I saw sitting on top of both stacks was a 32X cartridge, of all things. It's T-Mech. And it's such an oddball item to find at a Goodwill. Just one of them, just one cartridge at that. And I mean, the system was nowhere in sight, nothing. I mean, I searched the entire store. But $1.99 for T-Mech, very, very good deal on this. I know this is like a $20, $25 cartridge only. It's not in perfect shape, and it's got a little bit of label damage, but I'm not going to complain for $2 on that. And like I said, they also had some Genesis stuff there. I only ended up picking up one of the cartridges. They had a couple other ones that I was debating. They had like a Mickey Mouse game. It wasn't Castle Illusion, it was the other one, one of the other ones, Timeless Adventures or something like that, and a couple other ones that I didn't think were worth picking up. But I grabbed Double Dragon 3, the arcade game. And like all the Genesis games they had there were rentals, so they all had these stickers on them from Treasure Island Pizza and Videos. Alright, but it's got another sticker on the back from a store called Game Time. But yeah, for $2 on that, you know, Double Dragon game, can't go wrong. And then they had some Super Nintendo stuff, mostly cheaper games. They had some Maddens. They had like a Caesar's Palace, a Super Battleship, and a Battle Clash, which was for $2, I'll pass on those. But I did pick up Killer Instinct. I recognized the black cartridge immediately when I saw it. Again, not in perfect shape, but for $2, not going to complain on that. And then I believe probably the last game I have to show for this video came on the same day that I got these 3 games here. I walked to the back where they put the DVDs and stuff, and there was like one new PS2 game that was not there the day before. So I don't know if they put out a bunch and this one was the only one left. I can't imagine it was, because I'm pretty sure this is a very expensive game. It is Dot Hack GU Volume 3 Redemption. Now, Ryan and I had come across a copy of this game at one of the Pan Americas on our way down to the Midwest Gaming Classic, and we were gonna buy it. It was a great price, and then we realized that it was the Japanese version of the game. It was all in Japanese and stuff on the back. And honestly, for the price they had it for, it was probably still a pretty good deal, but it was the Japanese version, and I kind of wanted to hold out until I actually found the NTSC version. I did not think it would be, just a couple weeks later. It was complete. They had the disc behind the counter, but luckily it is in excellent condition. I mean, there's a couple very minor scratches, but other than that, it's just a couple of fingerprints. And I don't know a whole lot about these games. I'm pretty sure there was a whole set of these Dot Hack games, but I just remember looking this one up and seeing, $50-$60-ish. I don't know. I mean, I hope I'm not wrong on that, but I paid $3.99 for that one. And that was just like the perfect way to end the Goodwill streak. And I mean, I don't know, it still could be going on. Who knows? I could go back tomorrow and they could put some more stuff out, so I can only cross my fingers on that. But that concludes my thrift store pickup videos. I'm finally glad to get all this stuff in the video so I can start doing something with it. Some of the stuff, like I said, I've had put away for almost a month now. I've just been so busy and picking up other stuff. The garage sales season is starting and stuff, so I've got some of those pickups to show still. Got some trade pickups to show, and some more, personal, some eBay stuff, some really cool eBay stuff. So I got some more videos coming for you guys. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for sticking around and checking out this entire video. And until next time, take care.